The Milwaukee Bucks move fourth in their offseason with rumors almost pinpointed now at who they're going after next to fill that last roster spot. Welcome on into Bucks Digest. I'm Jake Finnerty. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. 97% of you are tuning into these videos and are not subscribed. Get subscribed and you'll stay up to date on all your Milwaukee Bucks rumors. But as we know, the Milwaukee Bucks are looking for their 15th guy to keep on their active roster and to sign to the active roster to fill that final spot now that we're getting into the middle of the offseason. The Olympics are about to start up. The Summer League is starting. Who will sign in Milwaukee? Well, let's start it. I know who won't be signing in Milwaukee, and it's someone that I mentioned the other day would be a great fit, and that's Paul Reed. The Pistons poaching yet another potential Milwaukee Buck. They signed Malik Beasley at the beginning of the offseason. Now they come in and swipe Paul Reed off of waivers. Paul Reed was going to be a great stretch guy. He may honestly succeed very well in Detroit, but it was just they came in, they got him off waivers, and now he's on a second year of a $24 million deal. Good for Paul Reed, bad for Milwaukee, because he could have fit into this stretch big role perfectly. So now the question lies, where do the Bucks go from here? Well, the Bucks, we've been talking about it for the past week now, already have the direction that they're going in, I think. And that's to go after a very solid name, a very good name. That's Gary Trent Jr., officially coming out last week that he declined an option to go back to the Toronto Raptors, so they are parting ways. This is huge. The official announcement that he won't be going back. Let's take a look at his stats yet again, because it's really impressive to see a guy at 25 years old averaging close to 14 points a game on a stretch big type role, especially shooting 37% on corner threes, shooting almost 40% on threes as well over the entirety of last season. The Bucks are going to need that. The Bucks are kind of falling out of the fact that they were a top 10 shooting team in threes last year, and now you're losing Malik Beasley. You're looking to get rid of Brook Lopez, who's a great big who can shoot the three ball from the corner. So where are you going to fill those gaps? Gary Trent Jr., the sharpshooter, fits perfectly in that role. Now, the question is, what do you really have to sign him with? You don't have a ton of cap space over this second apron or to get to the second apron. So what are you looking at here? Well, we're in luck because reports came out today that Trent actually just wants a one-year deal to try and reinsert himself into the market and reassess how he's playing. He shot 43% on catch and shoot threes. If you look at that tweet as well, that was a stat that was not mentioned in the last graphic. But this is a guy who really can fill that gap of the stretch big role. We keep saying it. I keep pounding down on it. I think this is who the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be targeting going forward. I think their priority is going to be get Trent in the building, figure out trades for Brook Lopez later, because the biggest issue right now is you want to make sure you have enough big men on your roster to back up the fact of you trading Brook Lopez for a bigger type deal than you already have right now. You have Bobby Portis, who was a Sixth Man of the Year candidate last year. And then who else? I mean, you just brought in Taurean Prince, who can play that stretch role, that stretch forward role, but you're losing a lot of your defensive prowl as well. You can put Giannis at the 5, but what really do we... How much do we really want to see that? Giannis playing the 5 defensively is going to be great, but offensively, you had the option of having a stretch big like Brook Lopez playing on the outside perimeter. I think it's also pretty significant to mention that AJ Green's contract is now fully guaranteed, and I think with the absence of Malik Beasley, AJ Green may be a key piece to this team next year, because as you look right there, shooting 41% from three-point range in his 2 years in Milwaukee, with this fully guaranteed contract, I think this is a really big step for him to try and become somewhat of a name and make a name for himself and earn himself a larger extension and stay in Milwaukee. Like we just talked about, the 3-ball is going to be something that the Milwaukee Bucks are heavily relying on being significant for them last year, being top 10 in that this year. And I think AJ Green is going to be a very big key piece to that. And especially if Gary Trent Jr. ends up in the 4-1-4 next year. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and if you think Gary Trent Jr. is the solution to the Milwaukee Bucks offseason.